how can protein folding relate to nanotechnology? These templating reactions where a protein causes another protein to have this chain reaction and sort of pile up on itself, they can make long threads of protein, nanoscale threads. And if you attach a functionality to those proteins, you can construct a long thread of an interesting protein function. We find that each of these interfaces that's made by these proteins is very specific, and so we can have 100 different proteins that'll form, each of them form their own threads. Now, something else you can do is you can stitch two of them together, and that will create a bridge from one. You can thread one protein to another protein that way. So you can start to think about creating a circuit. And so one project we're just starting in the laboratory has been to see if we can use these molecular switches that these proteins form as ways of building sort of living circuitry in the cell that could be switched from one state to a different state, sort of a synthetic biological system. And one of the ways in which we actually showed that it can play out in a very simple way in terms of nanotechnology was we attached metal atoms to those proteins at one point, and we then deposited onto those metal atoms a little bit more metal, and we made the thinnest nanowires that had ever been made to conduct electricity in the world, collaborating with a physicist at the University of Chicago. These very thin, nanometer wide wires we were able to show can actually conduct electricity. So that was just a kind of proof of principle that you can use these things to do some kind of interesting things.